Hi everyone, so I am going to wrap up May in my Project Life album, and I wanted to do that with an everyday type of page. And I looked in my story kit trays and I saw these frames in the collect kit. And remember, I'm trying to kind of step outside the box with my Project Life pages, kind of like I did with the Week in the Life page, using the really small grid paper from the Around Here kit. So I'm doing the same type of thing, and what I did is I went into Photoshop and I took these frames and I made clipping masks so that way I could put a photo inside of the frame, and it worked out perfectly. I absolutely love how these came together, and I was able to get 8 photos in the various frames, and then that way I could sum up May. And just a little bit ago, you saw me messing with a photo. My son and his friend sent me a selfie, and that was one of the photos that I printed. But there was like 2 white dots on it, and I thought it was just a speck of something, but it wasn't. So eventually I'm going to have to probably reprint that if it really bugs me. Also, for the design of this page, right in the middle, I knew that I could put one of the chipboard frames that comes with the story kit and then add in some sort of stamped sentiment. So I'm very excited for that. So I have 3 photos in each row, and then I just varied the different colors, and I think I tried to get 2 of each color. There's a light blue, a dark blue, a green, 2 different shades of green, and then 1 orange. I didn't want to overthink it too much because I was starting to I need to make sure this is placed here, but then it can't be touching this color and so on and so forth. But I told myself I needed to just stop. Just if I get a few of the colors, that's great. It does honestly bug me a little that there's only 1 orange frame, but I am going to have a pocket page over on the left-hand side, and I will have one of the 3x4 cards, and it's going to have an orange frame. So I feel like that balances it out. I also am going to stick a 4x6 card right in the middle. You can see it on the top of the screen. I loved that quote, and I didn't have a page protector design that was going to fit that. It was all vertical 3x4 pockets, but I said, you know what? I'm just going to still use the quote card. It says, there are things which nobody would see unless I photographed them. And I loved it. So I'm going to stick it right in the middle of my spread, and it's just going to live there. And I'm totally okay with that, because I feel like sometimes when we see a 4x6 quote card, we have to pair it with a layout. It has to look perfect, and we can't just stick it in the middle of a project. Well, we can do that, and it works perfectly in the middle of the project, and it has a purpose because it supports this story of May and the everydayness of May. I also took a stamped sentiment, and you guys saw that I put it right in the middle of the frame. I just used my pencil to kind of outline where I wanted to put the stamp, so that way you could see most of the stamp. And I thought about putting some sort of word phrase sticker at the bottom of May looks like this, but then I think I forgot, and so I just didn't put one there, but it still looks fantastic. I also die cut the stamped phrase collecting memories, and then just added a white stroke around it, so that way the piece was connected and I didn't have to glue each individual letter. I also wanted to add in some more stamping, and when I was looking at the 3x4 cards, I knew I loved these 2, the one with the stripes and then the one with the orange frame, and I wound up with 2 more empty spots. So I decided, why don't I just do my tried and true method, which is making my own journaling cards, which is what I did. I took the story kit stamp, and I took the frame that's in it, and I don't know what the word is, copied the same idea with the frames on the right-hand side, and just did more of a kind of messy pattern, I guess you could say, with the frames, just using 2 colors, blue and green. And I didn't add any sentiments inside of it or anything. I just left it as kind of a patterned framed card. Then I went to go make a card in the bottom corner, and I started stacking sentiments. And I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a while there where Ali Edwards was using a different type of stamp material, and so they were really flimsy, and that's what this one was. I think it was Moments. So I didn't like how it stamped. It stamped terrible. So I just went with a different stamp, and it says this is May, so I put that right in the middle. Above that, I'm going to have currently accumulating twice. And then I go back and look for a sentiment that I can use in a blue ink, and I settle on Bring On the Story. So it's just a tried and true method that I use for stacking my stamped sentiments and pulling in several colors from the spread. And I'll finish it up with a word phrase sticker, Picture This, which of course works perfectly because it's all about photographing and kind of tying back into that 4x6 quote that I have. The last step that I'm going to do with this project is just a bullet point list of the various photos that I have here. So starting up in the top left corner, I just said there was Mom's Day for karate. And then my son came along and he had to show me a funny edit that he did of an older photo. I just love it. And I had to share that with you guys. Then I talked about the blooming cacti, the funny selfie my son sent trying a new ice cream place, my daughter going on a camping trip with her class, hiking with my husband, and going to Target, which is always fun, and then my son coming to visit me at work. So again, bullet point list and gathering up all the photos in a simple but beautiful project. So put that back into my album. And of course, like I mentioned before, in the first May video, this is the start of a new album. And so this is how the spread looks. The last page for May is like a 2-second page. I took a family photo of us. I don't even know. Usually I try to do a photo that is towards the end of the month, but I can't remember when this photo was taken, but we were at the movies and I got a selfie of us and we're all looking at the camera. We look happy. So I used that, and I finally found a home for this massive chipboard piece from the Enjoy story kit. It says totally enjoyed this, and it's yellow. It is huge. I don't know if there's a chipboard that has been this big on a story kit in a while, but I am so excited to use it up and have a great home for it. I also used an acetate piece, or see-through piece that says enjoy it, and then that's it. That's all I did for this page. I felt like it was pretty self-explanatory, wrapping up the end of May. So I will put that back into the album and adhere it to the back of the collect project I just did. Then I will show you kind of a flip through of May and where I'm at for May. So my next step is going to be I have my June photos, and now I just have to figure out if I want to start the summer with a summer introduction, like overview page, or if I want to go right into June stories. So I'm thinking about that. All right, I have this opening page for the transparency, a opening page for May, going to a soccer game, trying a local restaurant, Mother's Day, then the everyday page with the frames. I love this project, and finishing up with a end page with a family photo. So I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing these pages come together and my Project Life pages. I would love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you are new to my channel. Have a great day. Bye.